Okay, so due to issues with recording, the first part of this, the first game and the draft sequence will be narrated after I did it, whereas the second part will be during. Okay, so to begin things off, my pack one pick one was a Tarkar, that green red dragon right there. I think my and I just kept getting past like all kinds of good red stuff. So I was like, I'm definitely red green. So I picked this 7 drop and this 3 drop, and there was a pack where it was like only the white spell was any good, so I picked it, and then picked a few blue spells up. I hadn't really decided where I was going yet, so like then I'm Tormenting Voice has just always been a great card. You just discard if you're flooding out, you just discard a land, and draw 2 more cards. If a card's just completely useless, you just discard it, draw 2 cards. It's really great filtering. It doesn't draw you extra cards, but it's really good filtering. In this pack, there wasn't a whole lot either here. I didn't really like the Mardu War Shrieker or the Tusk Colossadon or Treasure Cruise. I think I just wanted some mana fixing here. As a rule, tap land. Definitely wanted to take it. Also, during this time, I was trying to set up voice, I believe. So maybe some issues here. Another interesting pack. I could go with the 2 drop green creature that can gain me life, which seems good, or the Jeskai Wind Scout, which flying is always a good thing. You can never go wrong with flying. But Trumpet Blast is interesting, and Bring Low's removal spell. They're both good cards, but I definitely was just like, I think I need more creatures. I have 7 creatures, 10 spells, didn't and like for sure one of them wasn't even gonna be ran. If like that white one, I probably wasn't gonna be going white. So I picked the Wind Scout. You just can't go wrong with flying. Here I'm making sure that my thing is recording. So in this pack, Active Treason's always good. He gets rid of a blocker, and you swing somebody with the Swiftwater Cliffs. The Swiftwater Cliffs are just more mana fixing, especially for running 3 colors. And again, you take the Swiftwater Cliffs. Nothing here was really that great. I didn't want to give anyone else a chance to take my mana fixing. I just found it very important. So I take another Swiftwater Cliffs. I mean, of course, I carefully decide. The Force Away and the Jeskai Wind Scout that seem fine. Yeah, Treasure Cruise. This late, like it seems like blue's open. Treasure Cruise is good, so I just picked the Treasure Cruise. Drawing 3 cards is never a bad thing. Mystic of the Hidden Way can't be blocked. It's another creature. This is not bad. Morph it. Get stuck in 3 lands, still cast it. I mean, another Jeskai Wind Scout always seems fine, right? And Force Away, you just gotta take the Force Away. Force Away is good. You just bounce their stuff. Seems fine. Man, that dragon though, he's actually just amazing. So, Will of the Naga, I don't really know if it's a very good card. It seems iffy. Only good thing here is miss. I mean, again, you got the flying, and it can give something hexproof. So I figured if I ran into any control lists, it would be good. You just unmorph it, get something hexproof, counter spell. You don't actually lose it. It's not like a God's Willing or anything. You have to discard it. Sign of the Glaciers. I, I underestimated this card at first, but later on, I will feel that it has done more than enough of its work. But there's definitely no reason for me to go black here, so any Act of Treason, it's just a good card. And Ice Feather Aven seems fine. So far, it's not looking too bad. I got some things to do. I'm heavy red, that's for sure. So Dragon Style Twins, amazing. Pack one or pack two, pick one or pack three, pick three, one, whatever. Um, Dragon Style Twins is just amazing. Definitely gonna grab it. It's in my colors. So since this is a draft that I don't get to keep the cards, I have no inclination to take the polluted delta. It's probably the same reason why nobody else is taking it. And Goblin Side, I don't know. I want Goblin Side to be good. It hasn't performed well for me yet, but I always want to try it, see if it works. But I never end up having enough creatures in my main board to really make it go off. And it's completely a setup card. Now, Mardu, Heartpiercer, and Tormenting Voice, two very good cards. And then we have Thornwood Falls for mana fixing. Also consider hate drafting the Despise. Like, I don't want them to ever just hate a card out of my hand, but Mardu Heartpiercer is actually a really good card. A second Goblin Slide. I definitely don't want to take the second one. We got a nice War Name Aspirant, which seems fine. Hooting Mindrils seems alright. You know, sometimes you just pay 1 mana or 2 mana to play 4/4, but I don't want to put too much Delve in my list. Force Away is another bounce spell. And you got Awaken the Bear is just a great buff spell. And I don't really know what's taken so far. Like, like red is definitely open. Like nobody's taking red cards, as it feels like. But yeah, so in this this one, we got more mana fixing. Dragon Grip's not really that great. Bloodfire Expert's not really that great. I mean, he's alright, but a 3-drop 3/1 with prowess it's just not good. They're gonna chump block it with anything and it dies unless you have instant speed. So it wasn't worth it. I'd rather have the mana fixing. And we're going back to the Polluted Delta pick. Now these things are gonna pass because there's only 4 players. But I definitely didn't want another Mystic of the Hidden, so in this pack, Bringlow seems fine. You got a nice removal spell. It's 4-drop. You take the Rakshas's Secret. That's considering hate drafting it. I probably do take it here. I don't know. I think I just don't want anyone to make me discard 2 cards. So yeah, I hate draft that thing. Then Tormenting Voice or Thornwood. Sorry. So I definitely need more mana fixing. There's no issues with that. Force Away is definitely the pick here. I make that decision twice. Like, and then I think from this point, I just want to be able to mana. I realize I have 2 7-drops in the deck, and I just want to mana ramp. I just want to get some artifacts out there and just start hitting like my 7 drops on turns 5 or 6. So Bring Low, again, it's a great removal spell. It hits the other creatures. Haven't really seen a whole lot of uh, buffs, but red is definitely open, so it'll probably table to me. So I take the dead drop. Then they can't make me sacrifice creatures. And I think I just take the Absent banner here for mana ramp. Yeah. And then a Teamer, obviously the Teamer banner, and the Jeskai banner, and then the Bring. See, the red is just wide open. Nobody's drafting red things. It feels like anytime there's just red cards in the pack, I could probably just let them table over and over again. They're not gonna pick them, which is usual because black is such a good card. Nobody ever plays it, and that's the whole issue, you know. So at this point, I am feeling kind of confident in the list. I have some big creatures, 2 double strikers. Like, yeah, that's pretty amazing. So my original build with the deck, I didn't feel like was all that great. I definitely threw in my big drops in there. I thought they were just game winners. And I didn't realize that I was actually putting things in the sideboard. I thought it started off in the sideboard and putting it into the main board. So in a minute, I'll realize this and then reverse it. Those are definitely cards that I wanted in the main board. And I was like, wait, hold on. So yeah, the original list, I was thinking all 3 of the banners. Like I said, I just wanted a mana ramp, and it seemed like it would be a good job of doing that. So I threw them all in there. I realized that the sideboard and the main board swapped whenever I'm counting my main deck. I'm like, wait, it's going down, not up. Something's wrong here. So I just grab them all, throw them in there, and start deselecting. I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want that. So the Fierce Invocation, the manifest top card, you put 2+1/+1 counters. I don't really like it. Like it's a 5-drop 4/4 that has the potential to get better, but I don't really run. I'm not really running a ton of creatures in the list at this point. I was probably thinking like if I run a bunch of creatures, I might throw it in there, but I don't think I am. So I end up not, so it doesn't go in there. Obviously, I can't run the white or black cards. There's no reason to splash an off-colored land that's not a dual land. That's just always a bad idea. Humble Defector seems fine, but them drawing 2 cards, I don't know. It just gives them a way out of things that might not be good. Like if I got at a Tarka on the field, I probably just want to swing it, and I don't want them to draw an answer to it. I don't know if there's any other Bathe and Dragonfires that got put out there, but I definitely would rather him not be bathed in his own fire. Ice Feather Aven seems really good. Like you morph him and then you can unmorph him to bounce something. Like that's pretty cool. It doesn't even cost me a card to bounce, so it effectively gives me access to 3 bounce effects. Seems fine. Will of the Naga is just too expensive, and the double blue might be a little difficult for me to have. I don't know. Like I'm clearly heavy red, which I mean is unusual for me. I'm not really a red player. I think I cut off 1 banner. 3 might just be a little bit overkill. I'm not sure. So I add the lands to the deck. I realize there's 18, so I'm not gonna run 19, 20 mana sources, so I cut one for 17 lands. Puts me at 19 mana sources for my 7 drops and my 1 8 drop, even though it has delve. So yeah, and obviously I cut the plains. There's no reason to have the plains on the list. And this seems fine. I got removal spells. I definitely need more creatures. This is me trying to see if I can make the goblin side work, which spoiler, it doesn't. It just doesn't work. It's a setup card. I mean, it's not a bad setup card, especially in limited, but I definitely don't feel like it would do a whole lot. I could be wrong. It might just need more playtesting. And the tormenting voice is just I don't want to cut any creatures. I want my removal. I want my mana ramp. So just try to keep all the creatures I can in there. And again, like that humble defector, it's just he seems both good and bad, and I don't want to risk somebody else having a better way of dealing with him or taking advantage of him better than me if they have like Savage Punch or something, +2/+2 and tap him. That would be bad for them to draw 4 cards off of him at the use of 1 card, where I'm only drawing 2. That puts him at an advantage, and I don't like that. So yeah, I go look over the deck, make sure it's what I want to run, make sure everything's fine. Mistwire Weaver seems weird, but it seems okay. I got my curve's not bad. I got plenty of things to do. My turn 2 seems kind of empty. My turn 3 is heavily loaded, but I mean we'll see where it takes us. So and you just sort by CMC, see if there's anything. Just look it over, make sure I'm not missing anything. Which inevitably, I'll tell you right now, I was. The deck was just too slow. And the Temur Battle Rage just wasn't that great. Really, it just. I already have 2 Double Strikers in the deck, and everything else is mana intensive. Giving them Double Strike isn't really that big of a deal. Like, you think you can give Mystic of the Hidden Way Double Strike and swing in there for 6, but he ends up just being too slow of a creature. And Mardu Scout, just you dash for 3. Like, they're gonna have creatures. There's not many control lists. He definitely comes out. I'm just gonna be dashing him into random things. So cement the deck like this and see how it takes us. So this is my first time drafting an MTG Online, and it was free. Well, I paid the $10 for the account, but the first 5 drafts are free on it, which is sweet. It's just me making sure that I was trying to get audio in here sooner, but I've never really messed with it before, so I didn't really know how to do it, and I wanted to make sure I played the game. So I just came and got into the list or the game. So this hand seems really slow, and I have a bunch of lands in it. But I mean, this land is even slower. But I have more spells in it, and I didn't really want to take them all to 5. But it was really slow. I was not happy with it. But I just didn't want to take them all to 5. But I probably should have, considering if they are an aggro deck, I just lose here. So I think if I had to make that decision again, I probably would just mold to 5. But even though you'd risk having to mold to 4, perhaps not. I mean, every time you mulligan, the next hand can only be so much better, right? Like, you only have so many chances to draw lands and spells, and mulling to 4 means that, or 5 means that I'm not going to be able to draw as many lands and spells as I was that time, so maybe sometimes you're just stuck with it. Hopefully that my top decks are good. Active Trees in here was a terrible draw. It's something I want to draw whenever I'm about to win the game, not whenever I need things to cast on my earlier turns. Like, that was a really good thing from catch defenses. Like, holy crap, both like put 3 counters on his 2-drop. That was amazing. I definitely felt like there was going to be some issues trying to deal with that, especially since it has first strike. There's no way I could like double morph or even like have two power creatures on the field. And so at this point, I just need to buy time. I don't even worry about trying to do anything special. I just chump block here. I mean, it'd be really cool if I could have just active reasoned it and it, like, stayed tapped or something, but it inevitably wasn't the case. The only other way I could have played this game is like if I don't know how it would have went if maybe I didn't chump block. Maybe I try to build up a board state and just take the damage. I don't know how effective that would have been. If he had like any removal spell, I would have just died a lot faster, I felt. I almost wish I had to come into play tap land here just to gain a life and still only use 3 mana. You know, you gotta play around that mana tide though. So next turn comes down the Dragon Style Twins, but he still isn't gonna make it against that 5/4. He's just like, things are really looking bleak. Like, I need to bathe in fire and hope that he doesn't have any way to protect it. Is what I need here. Turn 2 into turn 3 was just amazing, and I did not have the hand to deal with it. Then here he starts playing even more things. I'm just falling farther and farther behind. Just drawing more land that I don't really need. I need spells to cast, like specifically like things that kill his shit. But I had to sit here and block with the Dragon Style Twins. That was very depressing. I considered swinging, what have been 15 at? No, 8. There have been 13 at him, but it wouldn't have killed him, and I probably would have just died on the backswing. So if I took 5, yeah. So I'm going to 10 here. Yeah, I could definitely not do that because I would just die on the backswing. But I think I want to try to keep my Dragon Style Twins, so I take the punch here and hope to top something that could dig me out of this situation and let me keep my Dragon Style Twins. Unfortunately, he just keeps playing more things. And a Temur banner. I definitely wish that it had been a Bathe in Dragonfire. And so here, like, I calculate out I can do 13 damage to him, but he does have a blocker, so I probably wouldn't even be doing that much. And then I just die on the backswing. So I overpaid for this Temur banner on accident. I didn't know how to undo. Like, I tried to figure it out. I was like, overpaying for it, but it didn't really matter. I wasn't really going to be doing anything else. So, like, I could have swung 15 here, and if he didn't have a blocker, I still would have lost. I could have swung 13, and he would not have been able to block any of it. But without something to follow it up with, it would have just been game over. It seems like he got stuck on lands. He's stuck on Selesnya. He's got 4 cards in hand, but like his deck's just going off, and mine's kind of just lagging. And it's just I don't want to do the block here, but I think I have to. It seems really bad for me to give up my Dragon Style Twins whenever it can just win me the game. But I also want to do not lose and maybe play this 7 drop. But again, he comes out with more things to play, just more creatures to swing at me. So I'm way too behind at this point. So I end up losing the game 1. So in the sideboards, I definitely need to make my deck faster. So I take out the big fatties, or one of the big fatties. I take out the um, treasure cruise because it's just I don't really have a lot of things that go in the graveyard, and it's really expensive to cast. Against slower decks, it might be good, but here I just need more removal. I need more oomph, and I need to be quicker. So like Force of Way seems amazing. I just bounce it whenever he bolsters his guy. I just bounce it, and he loses those counters. I never have to worry about him again. Seems fine. Delay him for a turn. You have a 2/5 for a blocker that could pump. Like Sign of the Glacier seems perfect here. Tormenting Voice to replace uh Treasure Cruise is just it's gonna let me hit my land drops. It's gonna if I'm floating out, it's gonna help me get spells. If I have dead cards, it's gonna help me get rid of them for better things. Like it's just all around a good card. I can cast it when I want to. If I don't want to discard what's in my hand, I don't have to cast it. And Mardu Scout, just a 2-drop creature to help me just put some damage on him. Maybe have another earlier chump blocker. His hand is terrible. His 5-land hand, 2 spells. There's no reason to keep this. There is definitely no reason to keep this. I have all my colors, but I'm not doing anything. And then this hand is just way better. Even though I don't have the removal spell in hand like I did before, like Dragon Style Twins and Active Treason like Jeskai, I have spells to play, and going to 5 just isn't worth it at this point. This hand just seems fine. I'm still relying on my top decks, but I'm not going to flood out as hard. And I still have all my colors. That team Urbanner top deck was amazing. And then you always gotta have that dragon, which seemed beautiful. Even though at this point I was hurt, I needed lands and I needed to top deck them. But I mean, he's not aggroing out this turn like he was last time. Especially right here where he doesn't even play a turn 3-drop. Like that was just amazing. I was excited. And Force Away, I didn't make my land drop, but I have interactions. And I don't really want. I consider sacking the Timber Banner, but I mean, I need land, and it is basically acting as a all 3-color land right now, so there's just no reason for me to sack it to try to draw land. Scion of the Glaciers was like perfect. He literally can't attack through it with his morph without dealing with it first. And that's whenever I realized just Scion of the Glaciers is great. He comes in on turn 4 and he's a great blocker. And if they're playing aggro creatures or morphs, They can't attack through him. See, but I mean, Valorous stance is always good against high toughness creatures. If only it had more blue mana open to pump his toughness down. So I take an additional 2 here, which is fine. I'm not. He doesn't have immense pressure on me. It's just a little bit. It's not no turn 3 swing 5. Turn 3 swing 2 was a lot less quick than turn 3 swing 5. And Timur Battle Rage, it's lackluster. I didn't like both of the creatures in my hand both already have double strike. Let's just point that out real quick. Now that was kind of scary, but again, I have the bounce effect. If he tries to bolster, I can just bounce, and he loses all of those counters. Seems fine. And I'm not gonna bounce it here. I'd rather save it for a time when it matters more. I'll just take 2 points of damage. Like no rush. I'm still not getting hurt real bad. Force away. I need to use it for value, and using it to heal to basically gain 2 life is not that great. And perfectly on time. Well, I guess it's a little late. Is a mountain for us to cast our Dragon Style Twins, which puts that Morph at bay, and he can't do that Valorous Stance thing again because his toughness is not 4. Absent Falconer is okay. Outlasting is really good with his enchantment. So, but I think I can just outrace him with my Double Striker, especially whenever I put this Jeskai Rune enchantment on there. Like, he becomes a 5. I'm gonna swing 12 at him this turn. And notice I can't even buff him with Timur Battle Rage because he already has Double Strike. So, yeah, definitely just going to swing 12 at him. He can block if he wants to. But I'll take it. Like, I just lose a prowess off this. I don't actually lose a buff spell. It's amazing. And oh, he gains flying too, actually. So he can't even block it. He just gets domed for 12. And loses the next turn if he doesn't answer it. It's just beautiful. I have a force away so that if he tries to play a reach creature or a flyer or anything to block it next turn, I can just bounce it and win the game. I have exactly the Timur Banner doing work right there for exactly enough mana to do it. So in 2 turns, I just sealed the game right there. Boom, win. Like, it was amazing. It's almost combo. I just comboed off. Like, that's awesome. I don't care about his counters. It seems fine. I clearly win this race. He literally cannot. I think he's doing it to gain flying so that he can block my guy or something at a later turn. I figured he might be trying to like untap it or some shenanigans. So I just bounce to the hand and swing at him, and I just win. So I bounce the morph creature in case it's that spell that says reveal a white card from your hand, morph it or something that already has flying. I don't know. I have the game in the bag, and because I have active treason still, so if he does play something that can block post combat, I can just take control of it. So if this was the thing that he could use the block, because he just plays what I bounced again. So if he just flips it, he can't block anyway. So at this point, I've already felt like I'd won the game, so there was no real reason for me to try to hold on to that force away. And then I draw the second force away anyway, so it doubly doesn't matter. And this is just me being rude and trying to hit him for as much as I possibly can, like a rude person. Send him to -10. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful turn. And I did not want to play my dragon there because I didn't want him to see it. I didn't want him to have to be able to worry about it. So I chose not to. I chose to just win. Perhaps it was a bad idea to even cast Active Treason for the same reason, but I definitely didn't want him to see my dragon. So So noticing that combo, Jeskai Runemark seems amazing, and the Teamer Battle Rage seems terrible. And I took out that 7 drop again because it was just too slow, and I don't want to put it back in. This seems like a much better version of the deck. A much better version. So, I'm not running as much mana ramp as I was in the beginning because I cut out more of my expensive cards. So, I just felt like I didn't need as much. So, I still kept the Teamer in there. It's great mana fixing, and it was vital to my success last game. I doubt I would have won it without it. Like that 4-5 would have just gotten too big before the time I had to before I had time to combo off on him. Which is really what that was, is a combo. Now this hand is very, 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 very questionable, but I decided to keep it. Just what the hell. I got my Scion. He's a good blocker. If I draw a red source, I got Bathe and Dragonfire. Like I have everything I'd want. Whirling Outburst, I might not even cast this game, but I have everything else that I want. And since I'm heavy red, I know that most of my mana sources are red. So if there's any land to draw, it would be red. And look, I'm rewarded with it. Instantly, the pros draw out of it, right? So I get to play my tap land. He's on his turn 2. Now he plays a swamp. I don't know if he's a 3-color deck or if he's trying to sideboard out colors. And look at that, second red source off the top. Like, it's just, I was being rewarded. I was in top deck Christmas land, is the best way I could put it. I'm going to get to cast all of my great spells. And I have already 7 mana, or 6 mana, so I'm probably, if I draw my 7 drop, he's getting played. Feel confident about that. So I take 2 here, but I'm still at 20 because, gain 1 life triggers. They're awesome. This here was kind of scary. He's getting a bunch of creatures now. So he's really bringing the beats. And yeah, I draw another land. I'm starting to get a little worried about the drawing all the lands, but it'll be alright. It ends up being okay. And here I get to just kill his 2/3. I just avoid damage. I didn't really feel like the Hordeling Outburst was a good play. I didn't want to have to block anything yet. I just kind of wanted to kill it, rush my sign out, turn 4, and then Hordeling Outburst. It just seemed like a much better play. And look, he's the one who got the Pluto Delta. He's clearly not running blue. I think he just wanted to deck thin. Yeah, he just goes and gets a swap. He bashes in here for 3. I'm at 17. My life total is still not that bad. Like, even though he's starting to aggro out, I still have all the things. And this is a great top. Force Away has just been proven to be a great card. Force Away has never once been disappointing in this format. Every time I have it, I just feel safe. Like, alright, put counters on your guy. I don't give a fuck. He's going back to your hand. So, I get +2/+1 in lifelink, um, which is fine. My Scion still trades with his warrior. He gains a bunch of life, but I don't really find it that important. Really, he should have just attacked. Really, he probably shouldn't even cast that spell. He should have just waited until a time when it might have killed me or been important. But here, just wasting his token to gain 3 additional life is just not great. That was a bad trade. Like, it was still a 2-for-1, even though he had given himself card advantage earlier. Mardu's Scout, here we come to the problem with tapped lands, right? Like normally I'd be able to play Hordeling Outburst and Dash Mardu Scout would be awesome, but my Swiftwater Cliffs comes into play tapped. I do not have that option, but I definitely want to make sure I have Force Away mana up, so the island was just the correct way to go. Abzan Falconer. He really likes the people really like Outlast. As you'll see, like, it's gonna be weird how On the second half of this, the second round, you're going to be hearing me talk as I play, and now I've already gone through those motions. So you might actually hear me repeat myself a little bit. I'm not 100% on that. So here, both of their toughnesses are 3. I'm fine with trading this Mardu Scout with them, but I doubt they would. I think they'll feel comfortable that at high life total. I think they'll just take the damage. I don't think they'll be willing to trade a creature for 3 life. I think that they'll be more than fine with just taking it, which is fine with me. Like, and they must think I have a trick since I'm swinging at them anyway, and he's tapped out. He must be a little worried that he would lose one of his important creatures. So, I just predicted he would take it, and he did. Really wasn't even a doubt. I just like he's gonna take this. And those are my beautiful goblin tokens sitting there being, chillax, ready to block, which makes them end up doing nothing. And this is kind of why I don't really like Outlast, even though it seems fine. It being sorcery speed is like what makes it bad. Though if you play the right cards with it, it's overpowering. But you have to have the right cards. It's highly synergistic, but not very good on its own. At least I don't feel like it is. This is just a beautiful, beautiful card. Especially have a red permanent, which his goblins are red. So I'm about to give him one of my goblins +2/+2 and flying. Unfortunately, he gets to respond before it activates. And it would have been really nice just to have a 3/3 goblin that had flying. But Harsh Sustenance is a card. He gains a couple life, kills my guy. I wouldn't really count it as a 2-for-1, but it definitely was a 1-for-1, and it was very vital to the game. And then here, I don't Mardu Scout because I don't want to lose my Force of Way being up. Like, I don't want to put my shields down. Maybe it was correct to swing with him anyway, but I just felt like the best play here was to keep Force of Way mana up. Just in case. So he's clearly an Abzan deck at this point. An Abzan counters Outlast deck, which is great because Force of Way gets rid of those counters. He has to work for them all over again. So Force of Way is a staple for blue. If you find a Force of Way in your list, you definitely draft it. Like there's just no way you don't. Bring Low, great card here. It deals 3 damage to a creature, or it deals 5 damage to a creature with a +1/+1 counter on it. So here I'm counting up my mana to see if I can Force of Way and activate Scion's ability so that I can draw a discard, because who doesn't like filtering? Card selection is great. So again, I make the prediction that he's not going to block my Mardu Scout. And if he tried to flash something in and then block, I would just cut him off with a Force of Way or Bring Low. They're both instant speed removal spells. So, I mean, but again, he's at 25 life. I've not really put much pressure on him. I've just kind of stabilized a little bit here. So he is in no worry to start trading creatures just yet, which is fine. Getting that at 6 points of damage and for free right now has been pretty amazing. Oh, so this is another reason why I really like to make sure that I have Force of Way mana up, is he played Kin Tree Invocation, and I definitely did not want him to have a 6/6. Like, that seems really bad. None of my things can deal with that. Just a straight 6/6. So I'd rather him just have a 3/3, even though I could have killed the... Yeah, perhaps I also could have just Bring Load in response, but I think at this point I didn't realize that it was an instant. I felt like it was just a sorcery. Because if I had Bring Load his 2/3, he would have just been left with nothing, and that would have been amazing. Like, straight 2-for-2, and he lost counters. Seems fine. So, again, I'm getting used to the Magic Online 2. And at that point, I was really wanting to try to buff my Scion to draw discard. But I ended up drawing the Tormenting Voice and being able to discard draw 2. So, Bringwell and the Outlast guy. So, yeah, drawing 2 lands here. Amazing. But at least I got them off the top of my deck. No, I considered swinging my guy first, but I didn't feel like he would block it, that they would necessarily just take it this time. They probably might have. They probably would have, but I wanted to just discard him, draw 2, see what else I could do with my mana. But drawing 2 lands just really was not that great. So here I try to kill his guy, you know, in response to that last. Perhaps I should have done it last turn, but I believe he still had 2 mana up. So even though this, like, it still gets countered, either time it would have gotten countered. At least now he has to tap 3 mana on his turn instead of just being able to could be completely untapped right now. You know, instants are great. So I'm behind now. I could potentially lose this game if I don't start top decking gold right now. Like, he's got a big flyer, and it's just gonna get bigger. But of course, here comes World Render, and you just can't be upset about that. So as long as he doesn't have that 2-drop destroy him, then he just pretty much wins me the game. Like, he came right on time. And here it was fun to actually attack with my Scion, but I don't think I do. I think I just leave it back anyway. But it seems fine to swing at him and maybe do little pumps. I don't have any cards in hand, so just to get in there for damage and try to make sure my World Render is able to actually just destroy him in a couple turns. But here he ends up getting me with a double block. I don't really know why he double blocked. It didn't seem that important, but I guess he just wanted to kill my guy. So of course you just get the 1 pump here, trade with one of his creatures. And of course you trade with even though like the token's a 3/3 and the Mardu Scout's a 2/3, I still think I wanted to kill the Mardu Scout in case I drew like a force away effect to bounce the token. It would just be gone. I didn't want to give him a chance to get a 1/1 token again. I mean, I have World Render, so unless he answers it, he really just loses, and he's top decking right now, just as I am. It's really playing off the top. There's not really a whole lot he can do here. If I were him, I would have outlasted, but he chose not to, probably because he's stupid. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being mean. Maybe he's not stupid. I don't know. I feel like it was a dumb play. So, 12 ya, boom. You take a crap ton of damage, suck my dick. Yeah, I definitely would have just taken the 12 here, and outlasted to make my guy bigger. It would have made him a 5/7, which means he would have survived the first strike damage, and then um, been able to trade with my World Render. But I think choosing not to do that really cost him. I don't know what he was hoping for in his top deck, but Alpine Grizzly really just doesn't get you there. At this point, you just play out the creatures in your hand just to make sure you don't start falling behind at any point. You don't want a bunch of things in your hand that you're not casting. And especially when I have the Ferocious trigger now, I probably wouldn't later. So, yep, 12 ya. Go to 3. Top deck, something that can deal with my guy, and he can't just be a flying blocker or lose the game. Some pretty steep conditions need to be met there. Oh, and the top deck of Citadel Siege. So here you can choose dragons and make sure that my World Render is no longer able to attack. What a top deck. Like, This guy must have been just shitting himself with happiness. There's no way that he could not have been like gleefully screaming at his computer like, "What? What?" It was just a perfect top deck for this guy. Of course, if he had chose cons, he would just lost. I was kind of hoping he would misclick or something like a noob, but he didn't. He's still a noob though. He should have bolstered his guy or outlasted. Now, Jeskai Wind Scout, not as powerful as World Render, but still swings for 2 in the air. Not upset with it. So obviously he has to tap my World Render. And I don't attack here. I could get in for 1 point, but um yeah, I probably should have attacked there. Really, I probably should have just attacked. Got in there for the 1 point, and then would have just killed him by swinging the Jeskai Wind Scout for 2. So that was probably a big misplay, and by probably I mean it is a big misplay. But I mean that's the great thing about recording is I get to see my misplays and be like, you know what, I should think about these things more. So force away, perfect draw, prowess, I win the game. Even if his guy had reach, like he just loses. I GG right here. Perfect sequence of events for me, except for his Citadel Siege. Like Outlast, sorcerer speed, you have to tap him. Means he doesn't have haste. Like just came out a turn too late for this guy. But he had to top deck Citadel Siege first, so yeah, he was still going through the motions. Um, maybe wondering if I misclicked or something. Of course, I just swing all out here because why not? I win the game. He has 1 card in hand. See, now him doing this made me worry. He has 1 card in hand. Like he might have something, but he didn't. So I won. Citadel Siege is amazing. What can I say? So that's it for round 1. And round 2 will be of me talking as I'm playing, so it should be more enjoyable. Peace. So that was a pretty intense game 1. Still waiting on this guy. It's been like 5 minutes, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. So yeah, I may have made a few questionable plays back there. And I understand that they're questionable, but in the end, I managed to get there, and that's all that really matters. So this game, if it ever gets going, I'm thinking I'm gonna start off with the turn 3 Hordeling Outburst instead of going for like a turn 2 Ice Feather Aven, just because I want to get the value out of the Aven. Make sure that it does its job, can bounce something. So it's probably gonna be like a turn 3 Hordeling and do like a turn 4 Ice Feather and do either a turn 5 Dragon Style or turn 5 Unmorph, depending on when I draw land. Because this, if I can, I'm just probably gonna slam this turn 5. He's just, I mean, he single-handedly won me a game in the last match. Like, holy crap! Throw the +2/+2 on this guy and just killed him. I didn't even realize how amazing that was. I think my original construction was terrible. Then when I threw out some of the worst cards, like it just got really good. So, and if you didn't know what this is just a new on Magic Online Phantom Draft, which means that I don't keep any of these cards, which is why you might have wondered why I didn't get the Polluted Delta earlier, because it didn't mean anything to me. I wasn't gonna keep it. Um, Here we go. Here we go. Let's do a mountain. Mountain pass. Alright. I'll see what he's running. Oh, black. That's never good. Disowned Ancestor. This is clearly so much Outlast. People really like Outlast. I've come to discover. See, that's also a good turn 3. Phew. If he taps out, I might just toss that at his dome piece. You never know. Man, I really wish I'd be able to kill that fairly quickly, but I mean, outlasting for it, yeah, that's his turn 1 and 2, just to get a 1/5 going. Like, that doesn't seem very good. I mean, I don't know what's going on in his hand, but so horribly. What if I do just toss this? Do I? I just get in there for 4, draw a discard. What did I discard? I don't want to discard anything. Maybe discard draw. Not draw, then discard. Maybe that was the turn just to get in there for 4. It's probably, it's probably better. But I mean, in the future, I still have him. Just a quick like bolt him. Ooh, and now he has first strike. Yeah, this is clearly some kind of Abzan. There's probably gonna be green in this deck. Let's be real. This is some kind of Abzan thing. You're not gonna swing one at me? What's wrong with you? Bathe in Dragonfire. Do I just bathe that in Dragonfire? Well, I mean, I don't know. He's got a few turns before he goes outside of Bathe and Dragonfire range. I think we stick to the original script and just face down. Hold up Wild Slash. I don't think this. Yeah, hold up Wild Slash just to maybe scare him. Do I just get in there for 2? I think I'll hold him back. Cool thing is this guy dodges that destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. God damn. Wow. I'm honestly impressed. I mean, come at me, bro. That's what I thought. I get a Jeskai banner and a Bathe in Dragonfire. Doesn't seem very good. Just do that next turn, get like double prowess, swing 10 at him. Yeah, that seems much better. Hopefully he doesn't deal with it. Of course, the thing I'm going to bathe is going to be that. Because I want to get rid of his first strike. So next turn, if I draw a land, I can like unmorph, bathe. If it's an untapped land. I think I have like 6 tapped lands in the deck. Yeah, I'll take 4. Oh man, if I hit a land, I'm just gonna fucking. I ain't got no blockers. If I hit a land, I could just hit him for so much. Jeez, I really hope I hit a land. Well, never mind. Right? Probably gonna bounce this on his turn. Perhaps I should have been swinging this 2-2 into this, but I don't know. It's just easy block there. Doesn't seem relevant. This is definitely coming in though. I mean, he can super block it, but I just bounce something, and then I get a 2 for. Yeah, that's actually like a 2 for 0, technically. Yeah. So if he triple blocks here, yeah. So he didn't. That's good for us. That's going back to your hand, and you don't even know it. That's it. Hmm. Unless he puts a counter on that, whatever he puts a counter on might just get bathed. I think I just bathe that. Get in for an extra 2 in the air. I don't think that first strike's gonna be necessarily relevant. Yeah, he's gonna bait that. Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, I just bait that. Yes. Okay. Ooh. I got 1, 2, 3. A man is short. What can I do here? So, I mean, that probably just dies. Right? I'd probably just kill that. Or do I kill the flyer? No, I think I kill that. I don't want to get. I don't want it to get any bigger. I think I just wanna. I don't know. Maybe I keep that back. Should I just hero attack him? Just boom. I don't think so. That seems bad. I'm gonna drop him down to 5. Can I just top deck Lavags? Okay, so he's scooped. What do I sideboard here? What do I sideboard here? Man, I think I need another bring low. Maybe he's not very good, or maybe it's Weaver. Hmm. 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 I'm gonna take out a battle rage. Oh, this is. Oh, okay, this is. I definitely. Okay, these definitely gonna come out right now. Like, I don't care. I need that. I need that. Um. These are like aggro decks. Like, everyone's drafting these like really fast decks. Definitely need. He might just not make the cut. I think I really like Mardu Heartpiercer. And we know how good that guy is. Maybe, yeah, 3-1 flying. He does give hexproof, but he just doesn't have the kaboom. Maybe I don't know, Active Treason removes blockers. It's always good. Hordeling Outburst, once again, does just I have 3 tokens that I just sit on the board. I mean, in order to win that last match, I probably would have had to swing them, but yeah, I guess they do chump block pretty well. Get rid of this. I don't know. Jeskai Banner was really nice, but I think I still cut it for the Tormenting Void or the what was it? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, for the Scion. I think the Tormenting Voice helps me, so I don't think I need the Jeskai Banner as much. Oh yeah, I took this guy out. Yeah, I'll definitely like Jeskai Banner over that. That seems fine. That seems fine. That guy is. Yeah, he's not good. They got huge flyers. He's not good here. Okay. This is game 2, and I am on the draw. I am on the draw. So I wonder what he brought in. Oh, man. It's too slow. Yeah, I think he mulligan. I think I mulligan. Yeah, this is way better. Way better of a keep. I don't have my green, but I have that, and I'm just happy. Fuck you. I hate you. You cause problems for me. If I had to choose between which 2 cards to discard, it's probably Mardu Heartpiercer over Scion. A 2/5 is just really good. Oh, look, there's red. These people are running 3-color decks and don't even have their mana. I'm so confused. Or maybe they just siding it in. Maybe they're siding in another color. Like, I'm gonna completely change my deck now. Look at that, double red now. Holy crap! Another Outlast. He just gets blown away by bounce. He just gets blown away by it. Yeah, seems fine. Turn 4 Scion. I don't know how he really deals with Scion. Maybe he has to swing into it, and then maybe he has a bathe or something. I don't know. If he swings 2 here, I think I just take it. Yeah, I just take it. Is he about to miss a land drop? Ooh, see? You ain't running enough land, bro. I don't know what to say to you. Tap all the blue manas. These guys must not be running enough land in their decks. Is the only thing I can say about it. Oh, he got his land. What you got for me? What you got for me? 5 Torment. Did I just throw away this mountain for 2 cards? Is that a thing? -2, -2. Alright. Still blocking you, faggot. -2, -2. Hordeling Outburst. Hordeling Outburst. Cast it. I think if he goes to kill that, I think I bounce my Scion. Yeah, I think I just bounce my Scion. It's a 4-drop 2/5 that I can buff. It's like the worst part of Aetherling. Seems like, I don't know, he just seems good. Seems much better for the economy. Why do you get permit? This is literally dead weight but costs an additional mana. Whoa. Man, dead weight was way better. Cast instant. I'm not doing anything. He swings, I block. If he goes to burn it, I bounce my creature. And then I can brow. Brow. Triples. See, look, you scared. You playing skirt. Hmm. I could just kill it with that. Hmm. 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 So maybe this play. Maybe I just bounce it. Pump twice. Get him for 5. Is that the play? Is that the play? Bounce it. Pump. I should swing some creatures at him and see what happens, huh? I should have pumped, but it'll be alright. Now he can't mana tithe me. Yeah. That was what I was playing around this whole time. Come on, man. You either got some or you don't. Can't instant speed Outlast. Oh, he's got something. We got. Oh. Alright. Cooled it. He's like, if it's gonna die, I'm taking that thing all with me. Should have pumped it once. If I get him to 1 and lose, guys. Attack you, bruh. I have an island open. Why do I? Maybe he'll get scared. He'll be like, bro, why you keep leaving this? You got stubborn denial? Is that what's going on here? Yeah. Stubborn denial. Bro, I don't even know what to tell you. Like, just wait. Do I just How do you go back? Is there? Can I black? Space. Space. How do you back? How do you go back? Whatever. I'm casting it. There's nothing here I really feel like discarding. I think I'm just gonna hold up. I don't want to get rid of my force away. Like, I'm just ahead right now. I just want to keep my answers. There's a second black. He had to have like completely changed his deck out from white to red. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. He thinks he's so smart, but that thing's just about to be bathed in dragonfire. Oh, what? Sorry, if you're using a headset, but blow all over that dome piece. You just scoop it up. You lose. Yeah, that's what I thought. Bro,